I'm a product of our people, of our traditions, of our culture, our heritage. I'm just trying to continue and to build on things that I've been given as gifts and blessings that I've received throughout my life. And I always give praises to my mother, who's my #1 inspiration, who raised me and my 3 brothers to be strong black men and to be conscious and aware and educated black men, to critically think about our lives. And she's been an example of that. So all praises due to my mother, Gwendolyn, back home, all of my children, all of my friends, family members, and all of the people in the world who want and stand on the side of righteousness. Yeah. So I've been, blessed to be able to stand on the stage and to perform alongside some of the great artists of our time and of past times. And I'm not gonna go through my whole bio because we're really here to talk about some other stuff.
Oh yeah, we got a lot to talk about, man. A lot to discuss, in regards to the NFL and in regards to what's been going on with the whole politics and. Man, it's just real deep stuff going on in this world you're living in right now.
But man, it's a deep country, and when we say deep, and we would say deep stuff is going on now. Yeah, this is a continuation of deep stuff. It's never been light for us. Right. Even the way that we arrived here in this land was under harsh conditions. Yeah. To say the least, and the fact that we even survived it, let alone have persevered and ascended to higher levels, is a miracle. Yeah. And it shows something about the substance and the greatness of black people. And I'm just really honored to carry any part of that tradition on in my time.
Oh man, we have to applaud you for that right there.
Not really.
You're legendary, man.
Just talk, man.
You're legendary. Well, so I know we just been talking about a whole lot of things been going on. I know you was in Sweden.
Right. And spent about 8 days over there in Sweden with a good friend of mine, a great musician named Josef Norden. Call him the Troubadour. And I want to send a shout out to my brother Josef over there in Sweden. We did 4 dates over there on an island called Uta. Yeah, it was very, very nice. We did a lot of soul music. So the people over in Sweden are hungry for soul music.
Oh wow,
good stuff. So we went over there, man, and just had a great time and gave him some Sam Cooke, some Otis Redding and some Temps and Michael Jackson. We did some
Michael
stuff,
Jackson.
Man. Yeah,
what songs did y'all perform?
We did
for
Billie Jean with a guitar, man.
Billie Jean with a guitar.
Yeah. I wish you guys could hear it.
Did y'all do the moonwalk and everything?
No, we didn't do no moonwalking. No, we didn't do the moonwalking, but we got down Stevie Wonder, man. We did a whole lot of stuff that people over there hear on record, but they don't get a chance to see black artists, particularly. Wow. In person. So they were very. They received me very well. I was very honored to be there, and it just felt good to feel the appreciation that these people, and they're serious about their music, man. Particularly black music is what I mean. Right. Black American music is the music of the world. It's the citadel of world culture in terms of musical culture. People like Coltrane and Miles Davis and Bobby Blue Bland, people like that are revered in a way that we don't even understand here in America. Yeah. So I was happy to be over there and represent some of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Man. But at the same time, like you and I have been talking about the NFL and the latest controversy there. Yeah. And I had been called by a good friend of mine who's, more known as I probably am for music and arts and culture. His name is Dwight Tribble. But he's one of the greatest vocalists that I've ever met in my life, or none. And as I just did, he's over in Europe more than I've ever been. Wow! Because for some reason, and I think we maybe talk about it another time. Black artists are more appreciated overseas, right? Than they are here many times.
This is true. Yeah. Proven fact.
Right. Well, we were talking one night at a party. My lady was there. We were talking about, different things, and then we got around to the NFL. Man, Dwight said, "Well, look, man, I'm not going to look at any games this year if they don't sign Kaepernick." Oh, and I'm like, I'm with that, man, because I was thinking about it. A couple months before, I was thinking it was in my brain that, are they gonna? Because I didn't feel like they were going to bring him back. Yeah. you know, because of what he had done in terms of upsetting their status quo, you know, by not standing for the national anthem.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, man, when Dwight said that, we jumped on it, man, and talked to a few people, and now it's a national effort to, you know, to protest the NFL, to not look at any games, to not buy any of their products, to not support any of their sponsors.
Yeah.
To push not only for a boycott, but to begin to look past that. You know? So this sister named Yolanda came aboard. She's been great online, just keeping us organized and reaching out to other brothers and sisters around the nation, and helping to make this a national effort. To not only boycott, but we call it Boycott, BYU. Which is about affirming our economic power and our awareness about economic and political issues and cultural issues that we need to be on top of, irrespective of the NFL. You know, but the boycotting of the games is important. Very important, and it's spreading like wildfire now.
Oh man,
it's spreading like wildfire. If you're not on top of this, then you're not hip.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So, yeah.
Man, that is interesting.
Yeah. Like, you know, interesting part about it, man. I know you asked me to just talk, but you can stop me anytime.
No, it's okay, man. You got the floor.
But what I wanted to say, man, is that this Colin Kaepernick phenomenon really is focused around an issue of a black figure, a well-known figure in American society, becoming political. Now, he has precedents. He's been preceded by people like Paul Robeson, Muhammad Ali, of course, Tom Smith, John Carlos and Tommy Smith, who stood up in the 1968 Olympics in Mexico City.
Wow.
Kurt Flood, who people don't talk about, who sued Major League Baseball in 1969, 1970, because they wanted to trade him. He didn't want to be traded. And it ended his career, and he wound up becoming the catalyst for what we call free agency today. So a lot of the athletes don't know, but were it not for Kurt Flood, there would be no multi-million-dollar contracts in sports. And so, you know, Kaepernick is continuing a tradition that black athletes have set. People like Sugar Ray Robinson, who in the 1940s and 50s would dictate his own contracts. He knew that they were ripping him off, and he put a stop to it. And he began to dictate that, you know, if you're going to sell the television rights to any fights that I'm involved in, where I'm defending my title or trying to get a title, I want a piece of that money too.
That's right.
If you're going to sell T-shirts with my image on it, I, Sugar Ray Robinson, want a piece of that money too. So before Floyd Money Mayweather, 50 years, 60 years before Floyd Money Mayweather, Ray Robinson was the one who was the catalyst for all his athletes like, you know, Ali and the other ones who came along later in the boxing ring to begin to demand their purses and their fair share of the revenues from their fights and stuff like that. So Kaepernick was not talking about money, but in a way, anytime you speak up, you're affecting people's money, right? So the NFL is saying, look, if we sign this dude, then all of our white money, a lot of our white money, our white patrons are going to leave, right? Yet the black players in the NFL are represented 70%, 75%. So if you had no black athletes, no black football players on the field, there would be no NFL. You know, I mean, this is the power that you have. So unless you're completely enslaved mentally in your mind, and you don't understand who you are and what you represent and the power that you have, then you continue to do what they ask you to do, right? But if every brother sat on his knees and said, we're not going to salute this flag in honor of Kaepernick, there would be no NFL. If they figure they're going to fire these brothers, which they wouldn't. I suspect that if all of the brothers stood up, and many of them are aware now. Every day another one is coming out. You know, Bennett came out last week.
Wow.
Beast Mode. Lynch came out a couple weeks before that. But you know, he ain't saying nothing. He's just doing what he do.
Right.
You know, so every week, more and more of them are becoming aware that not only is it enough to say something about it behind closed doors and say something about it in front of the cameras, but to do something. And I predict that, you know, as we get into this season, we're going to see some serious changes that we've never seen before in the NFL.
Real talk.
Hey,
I have to applaud you for that.
So It's happening.
It's happening. It's going down. Huh?
It's going down.
It's going down.
Right, right. And what I'm telling them, I have a lot of friends out there who are good friends of mine, good people, well-meaning people, but who are oblivious or ignoring this issue.
Wow.
And they still want to go to the football games.
Right.
And look at the, and I understand that. Many brothers particularly have told me how hard it is for them to change their behavior because, Sunday morning football is like a religion.
Yes.
It's just something
a traditional religion.
A tradition that is a part of American culture.